Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Talks with Chepe. Today, we're going to talk about cancel culture, what I think about it, and how we should move forward with it. All right, everybody. So today, we're going to talk about something that's been going on around recently, and it's been affecting society in a certain way, and that's cancel culture. For all of you who don't know, cancel culture is pretty much when we take something from the past, whether it be an old tweet, a video, an episode, stand up, you name it, and we try to cancel a certain celebrity or someone based on something they've said in the past. Now, this has happened recently. I'm sure we've all heard about it. The most recent one that comes to my mind is Kevin Hart. Take a look what happened to him in 2019 when he was set to host the Oscars, but unfortunately, everyone started attacking him because he had an old stand-up going back from 2007, I believe, in which he said some derogative terms about homosexuals. Now, when it comes to stuff like this, I understand why people get outraged, and I understand why people want to get certain people removed from the positions that they are in, but I think we need to have a better approach when it comes to it. I don't think it's fair to an extent, and I say this very, I tread lightly when I say this to an extent, because if you say something racist or something that's very obscene, then there's no issue in why it should be canceled, But I also see it to the standpoint where there are other people coming from where they're saying, hey, everyone deserves a second chance. Times change all the time. Something that was said 10 years ago shouldn't be held accountable for somebody that was said now. Whether it's, saying certain things against homosexuals, when it comes to race, we had to take it for the grain of salt that it's actually worth based on the content that it was said. Now, if you're saying something that's outrageously, and then you're just like, what the fuck did he just say? Then, as growing up, everyone knows what to say and what not to say and how to read a room. And we got to be careful with the things that we say. There are certain situations in which people say things among their friends and things get recorded when they're not supposed to and they get posted on there. Then that's a different situation. We have to hear both sides of the story to see exactly what's going on with that. And then another form of cancel culture that we see being going around too is through the Me Too movement. Now, I support the Me Too movement and what they're standing for. I believe that everyone has the right to face their sexual assaulter if they've been in that position. But I think that it took a turn in which now it's just being thrown out there and people aren't really taking it for what it's worth. Like I said, in the beginning, it was really, a great thing. People are able to now to go and say, this person sexually assaulted me, this person did this to me. And we've seen it work. You can take Harvey Weinstein for an example. He's now in jail, rotting in jail for the rest of his life. Good. That's where he deserves to be. But then we see other things where people are just accusing other people for these the things that never happened. Look at Justin Bieber recently. This girl accused Justin Bieber of sexually harassing her, assaulting her. But meanwhile, Justin Bieber wasn't even in the same venue as her. And now he's countersuing her for $20 million, which I don't think he needs it. I don't think that would ever happen where he would get that money, but it's just the fact that she, defamed his name. And he has every right to do so. Because we've seen it that people have gone to jail for these things that aren't true. And I'm not saying everybody who comes out and accuses somebody isn't telling the truth. I think that if you're going to go and accuse somebody, it should be taken very seriously for what it's worth. And, your due diligence should be taken. And hopefully the court system does what it has to do. And, we can thoroughly investigate. But this idea of just saying, oh, he's accused, cancel. I mean, we got to stop that. I think we have to hear both sides of the story for everything. How would you imagine you just wake up one day and somebody pulls up something from you from 20 years ago? Now, 20 years ago, I was only 4 years old, but for all the people who are listening, maybe you're older. Imagine you were 18 years old at that time. You said something that you weren't supposed to say. It got out, and now you're facing all this backlash. You're about to lose your job. You're about to lose you're pretty much everything. People are going to come to your house and harass you. They're going to go after your family based on something that you said almost 20 years ago. Do you deserve that? In my opinion, I don't think so. You would have to really look at what you said first, to begin with. As you said something that's like, all right, this fucking guy's a fucking racist or a fucking alt right asshole or whatever he is. That's different. But you got to give people second chances. Life's about second chances. I think everyone deserves one, and there's no need to rush out to cancel somebody. I mean, I can only imagine how horrible I would feel. Something like that happen. But we see it going on a lot. Now, some people say, well, the cancel culture doesn't always work. You're right, it doesn't. Sometimes people get away with it. Now, is that right? No. Do people come back from it? Yeah. I mean, an example of that, let's look at Louis C.K. This fucking guy, I think his stand-ups are great, but, you got to learn how to separate the artist from the work. This fucking guy sitting in his green room, which is backstage, jerking off in front of these fucking girls. I don't know what guy thinks that's okay. Granted, he never touched them or did anything with them, but he's just standing in a fucking doorway like a fucking perv in the New York City subway, jacking his fucking meat off. Who fucking does that shit? That type of person should be canceled, in my opinion. Others don't see it that way. Then you have things like Michael Jackson. For people who know me knows that I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, and he was obviously accused of, being a pedophile. He got left off on court, but there's some damning evidence in everything that was said. Now, he's dead now and he can't defend himself. So, do we really keep pressing the issue? I don't know. After that HBO series that came out where the guy literally said he would fucking be molested by Michael Jackson every so often, Michael Jackson used to fucking jerk himself off in front of the kid. Like, that's a fucking sick fuck, if you ask me. But these are all allegations, Do we cancel him? His music's great. I love his music. So does everybody else. And there's some people who refuse to play him on the radio now. And there's others who just say, you know what? Fuck it. I like his music. Doesn't mean I like the man. So we really start thinking what cancel culture really is. R. Kelly's another example of that. R. Kelly fucking pretty much raped a little girl. And he's in jail, where he deserves to be. But people still think that some people went too far. So we really got to start thinking of what we think cancel culture should be and who we really are going to attack. Are you going to attack a celebrity that, and I'm using celebrities as an example because they're the ones who get attacked for it the most because they're on a public display, but it can happen to anybody. For a tweet? Come on, really? Like, you're going to try to cancel that? An example of somebody another example who tried to get canceled recently is Barstool Sports. Now, do I agree with what they said? No. Am I surprised of what they said? No. But that's the culture that they live in. If you're going to go out there and you're going to go start listening to a platform or watching something and you're going to get offended, then that's on you. I see it all the time when people go to these fucking comedy shows. I love stand-up comedy. I understand the jokes. It's a joke. But if you're going to get offended, why are you going in there? I'm not going to go to a stand-up comedian where I know that they say racist jokes and they make fun of Spanish people and things like that and then go in there and expect to have a good time. I would know that I'm going to be offended, so why would I put myself in that position? And people do it all the time. And that's why we have to stop with this victim mentality. We actually have to think about what we're going to, how we act. Let's be real. If something offends you, then don't listen to it. It's that simple. I know we live in a digital age, and I know people have access to everything. But believe it or not, if you grab your mouse, this little thing in the top right-hand corner where you can just click X, and you don't see it. And I'm talking about things that aren't, and I keep reiterating myself with this because there's certain things that, you shouldn't turn a blind eye to. Racism, attacking homosexuals, pedophilia, things like that. Don't turn a blind eye to that. Stop that if you see it. But these other things, if don't get offended about it if you're going to it. I went to go see Tom Segura live in Foxwoods. I know he's going to say some funny jokes, but I know the jokes are going to be dirty. If I go to that stand-up, do I come out of it and I go, oh, I'm offended. He's canceled. No. I know where I went. I bought the ticket for it. And that's that. Now, I will say this. You know who needs to be canceled? These fucking Karens that you see on the internet. They need to be canceled. I'm tired of this shit. Going around on their high horse. I don't want to wear a mask because it affects my breathing. Shut up. Wear the fucking mask. You're gonna have a fucking tantrum in fucking Trader Joe's because you can't breathe. Meanwhile, we all know you can breathe. Probably don't want to sit there and fucking smell your stank ass breath through the mask. Shut up. Get out of here. Oh, you're walking down the street? You're on my property. Shut up. Go inside. The fuck you bothering somebody for walking on the sidewalk? Those people need to be canceled. Not a celebrity from a tweet that's 10 years old. Let's be smarter, people. Let's think together. Let's cancel people the right way. Not the wrong way. Do better, America. As the saying goes. But that's my 2 cents when it comes to cancel culture. Like I said, I'm not an expert on it. Just Joe Schmo who gave my opinion on it. Let's cancel the Karens. And we can do it. I also wanted to take this time to let everybody know that I am running a contest. This is new to the show. It'll be the first one. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to be giving away a $50 gift card, Visa gift card, so you can use it anywhere you want. And all you have to do is follow simple rules. To find out what those rules are, just go on my Instagram, WillieFlores63, or on my Twitter page, The Real Don Chepe, to see the rules. I'll be making a post about it, and I hope everybody participates. Last time I had a challenge with my running challenge, everybody participated. We had 30 people on it. Turned out great. So I hope to see you guys all out there. Again, you can find me on Facebook, Willie Flores. You can find me on Twitter, The Real Don Chepe. And you can find me on Instagram, WillieFlores63. And if you are working in the office, because I know we all are now, click that YouTube button, subscribe and like, and you can find me under Talks with Chepe. So again, I'm going to be posting the rules and everything up on my social media pages. I hope you guys all participate. And like I said, it's $50. I'm sure everybody can use $50 for something, whether it's gas, food, a gift for your girlfriend, a gift for your boyfriend, whatever it is, you can use it. So I hope you guys participate. I love you all. Stay safe out there, and let's get better together.